Ocho Cinco, was he a quarterback?
Your ass better call somebody.
His team hasn't won a national championship since before he was even born.
He's going for the touchdown. Caldwell Pope. How about that one, baby? Let's go. Come on.
Come back, hey.
I love college football.
Go Dogs.
Go Tigers.
Roll Tide, roll. RMFT. Roll motherfucking Tide.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the college football weekly matchup. Week 1 is finally here. Josh, there he is. He's back. Back in the flash. We are live here on YouTube and Facebook. We're going to try Facebook a little bit tonight. I'm going to make a page here. And we'll also be on the new place I blog for, Armchair Sports. So I'm going to try to post it on there. But, yeah, here for week 1. Josh, how was your week of football? How was your week of week 0? Did you catch any week 0? And how much are you looking forward to this week?
Yeah, I mean, I caught a little bit. We had a baby shower because, as you know, we're expecting a baby in early October. So we had a baby shower. There's a bunch of women here. But I snuck off to the bedroom a couple of times to see that Notre Dame was not having any problem with Navy. And then later on, I seen USC. Their defense is still kind of sketchy, but who can stop them on offense?
Yeah, it was a little slow at the beginning. I saw it was a little slow, and then USC got that lucky, whatever it was, and then Caleb Williams kind of fell over through the touchdown. Everybody's going crazy anyway. But yeah, we're here. Preston, you catch any week 0, and how much you looking for this week? Got a big game on Monday.
I didn't get a lot of the first 2 games. I didn't see any of the USC game, and I probably saw a little bit of a half a football game with Notre Dame and Navy, but I'm definitely looking forward to it. I reluctantly accepted a request to help somebody move on Saturday morning. I did not think it was Saturday. I thought it was Friday evening. So I'm gonna try and get it done as early as possible so that we can be right on the couch. But thankfully, the big games don't happen until later in the evening.
Gotcha. And Bryson's here, Florida Gators jersey, and all ready for the season, ready for Thursday night.
Good 4-8 season, boy.
He's got the first game of the year, just a couple days. Actually, tomorrow, once this comes out, for Spotify, it'll be on YouTube now. But Bryson, how was your week? How much you looking forward to Thursday night?
Man, I cannot wait. We kicking off week 1, going to Utah. It's going to be interesting for us this year, like I said earlier. The Notre Dame game. Sam Hartman. Good God. I wish he could have came to Florida. That's all I got to say. I think he went 19 for 23, 251 yards, 4 touchdowns. Like Josh said, that USC defense is not looking good, but their offense is looking pretty strong. I'm just excited. I can't believe Tom's finally back for the greatest time of the year.
He's got he can see everything, correct, over there. Good. I don't think we're on Facebook though. I don't know what happened.
But he just wanted to let me know that you got a new subscriber because he subscribed.
There we go.
All right. I think we're on Facebook now. Okay, we are on Facebook. Do join. We are live for our college football podcast. Like I said, we're going to try to start doing this. I'm going to make a Facebook page. It'll be on Facebook and YouTube. But, yeah, I'm looking forward to college football as well. I caught a little bit of the game, caught a little bit of USC while we were playing poker. We played poker. Caught a little bit of Stetson Bennett in the preseason that night. Didn't look too hot. Threw 2 picks. Not looking too sharp there, but at least he made the roster, I guess. But, yeah, looking forward to it. And we're going to get, right into recapping a little bit of week 0, and then we're going to give some of our bold predictions and picking the games this week. So, But, Josh, we saw Caleb Williams this week. I know he didn't play nobody. Everybody's hyped about him. Everybody's, talking about he's the, next Patrick Mahomes, whatever, talking about the past. Don't get me wrong. I know he had a good game. I'm high on USC, but – I think people need to slow the brakes a little bit. What's your opinion on, week 0?
I think he's good. Did he break his pinky?
I don't know.
I think he broke his pinky on his throwing hand. I don't think it's going to affect him too much. But, he's probably the favorite to win the Heisman again, coming into the season. So, I don't know about USC's defense though. Don't they start playing the Big Ten this year?
Not this year.
It's
Or
next
do
year.
they play? Do they play the Big Ten? Or are you saying they starting?
Did they start in the Big Ten
No,
this
no,
year?
no,
No,
no.
it's next year.
That'll be next year. They start next year in
Okay.
the Big Ten, as far as I know.
Yeah,
But
well, Caleb Williams will get out of having to play, the defenses of Michigan and Ohio State.
because he'll be in the draft next year. And they pretty much already he's probably gonna go number one. I drafted number one. I mean, I think he's good, but Preston, any opinion on Caleb Williams? I mean, I know everybody's got the big hype on him, and after what I mean, all last season, great. He had a Heisman and stuff, but people's talking about a big performance against San Diego. Is that who they played? San Jose, San Diego. I can't remember, but Preston, any thoughts? Caleb Williams.
He's an exceptional talent. He's another one of those quarterbacks that Lincoln Riley he can just mold into however fits the offense best. I mean, he's got a good arm. He's mobile. He seems like he can read a good defense, but I mean, he hasn't really played enough defenses of really any high caliber. They're playing a lot of Pac-12 schools. So I mean, he's got a lot of work to be done. I mean, as of right now, I agree. He's definitely the Heisman front runner until Cade starts to play football this Monday. And he's probably going to be the first overall draft, but he's an exceptional talent as of right now. I don't know anything about him breaking his pinky, so I mean that's definitely news to me, but I don't think that's going to affect him too much. I think they got a couple weeks until they start playing some better teams, but he should be fine.
Yeah, I saw him on the Heisman. I think he was like something I read. Your quarterback was on the top 10 for Heisman, so never know. It might have been top 5 actually. I don't know. Somebody had him up there. Anyway, Bryson, any thoughts? I know you hate USC, but
I'm not high on them. I know you're pretty high. Chris was calling it earlier Saturday night. National champions already.
I said
after that first game.
I said.
Calling the first game, calling national champions. Like Preston said, very talented. I was really scared about that defense. I mean, they put what San Jose put 26 or 28 points on them. I don't think their defense is going to hold out for them to try to make it into the playoffs. But I do like Caleb Williams. He's a pretty good quarterback.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to see what USC is going to do this season after playing a little game. Ryan Newsom says, "Screw USC, go Irish." Of course, like always. Yeah, he's already has that bold prediction in there. Oh, there's old Coach
Hayes. Shout out to Coach Hayes.
You do join. We are live on YouTube and Facebook for the podcast. Like I said, I'm going to try to be doing that each week. Speaking of Notre Dame, we had Notre Dame come out. Sam Hartman, I believe, threw 4 touchdowns. I mean, any thoughts, Josh, on they beat Navy, but any thoughts on Notre Dame this season? I mean, did you see any of it? Like I said, I know you were at a baby shower, but
yeah, I mean they look good, but we'll see. They got Ohio State in a couple of weeks, so that'll be the real test for I believe both schools. I mean, Ohio State opens up with Indiana, so I mean that'll be a little bit of a test. It is a conference opponent, but we'll see in a couple of weeks when Notre Dame faces off against Ohio State.
Preston, any thoughts on Hartman and Notre Dame? I know you guys got to play him down the line, correct?
Yeah, I mean Clemson's seen Hartman a couple times, so they're pretty much familiar with what he brings to the table. But if I'm a Notre Dame fan, I should be ashamed, to be wearing those colors after what they did to those servicemen and women. I mean, they just absolutely embarrassed them. I mean, it's not fair that they got to play them. I mean, but I understand. I'm just kidding. No, that's they play every year. They've been playing for a while, but Notre Dame looked pretty good. I mean, that's exactly how I thought they were going to come out and play. I think there was a little sloppy in the very first part of the game. I think on defense they allowed some big plays, but the offense for the Navy wasn't able to capitalize on that. All said and done, I mean, it's a pretty good first game for them. I think they're going to be the team that everybody expects them to be for at least first 6 couple weeks of the game or the season. But they definitely have some tough tests ahead of them.
Gotcha. Bryson, any thoughts on Notre Dame, man? Also, I don't know if anybody else called your team, your other team, your 16 teams. Vanderbilt won this week. Yep. I mean, any thoughts?
Yeah, Vanderbilt beat Hawaii, I think 35-21 or 28. Sam Hartman, man, like I said earlier, I wish Florida could have got him, man. I think he's a great quarterback. I think he's going to be a Heisman front runner. It's going to be interesting for them, like Josh and Preston. They got a couple tough games coming up down the road, see what their true team is all about. But like I said, I wish Hartman. I believe he could definitely be top 3 in Heisman.
Yeah, can y'all hear that fan back there? Can y'all hear the fan? Just ask him. Anybody hear it? Okay, we're good. All right, cool. Facebook, Ryan Newsom says, I'd be ashamed to wear that orange and purple after what we did to them Tigers last year. Okay. I'll put it
right. Starting early. Here we go, boys.
Starting early. Bright and early. I kind of expect
I love college football, man. Absolutely love it. Ryan Newsom, let me go App State in the chat. I'm telling you.
All right, let's get into before we get into the games of the week, we got a few more things we're gonna do. I don't know if you guys prepared because I kind of last minute, but bold predictions. Does anybody have a bold predictions on the year? I did 3. I wrote down 3 bold predictions. I don't have as many bold as I did last year. Last year I had Oklahoma finishing out of the top 25. And hey, what do you know? They finished out. That was my bold prediction for the year, and it worked out. But Bryson, we'll have you start off. Do you have one bold prediction?
I've been saving this. Chris was there when all this went down. I feel confident. If I get my wallet out, I've been saving it. Me and Chris went down to Cherokee. I put some money on them. I don't know if y'all can see it or not. But I got South Carolina winning the East this year.
Yeah, you might as well go ahead and burn that thing. That's very bold.
I see them winning the East. It's a very bold prediction. Like I said, there's a lot of money. I mean, I could win a lot of money,
Yeah, it's not a lot of money.
But I think my bold prediction, Carolina could win the East.
Yeah. We'll be back in Cherokee soon, so you can not cash that bet. We'll lose some more money. Anyway, I'll go one bold prediction. I'll go with mine. I got this is like I said, all these are bold. I like this team. They play LSU week 1. I got Florida State making the college football playoff. I think Florida State. I like Jordan Travis. I like Wilson. I know Florida State was on the down end. I didn't like them last year, but they surprised me a little bit. And I think Jordan Travis, he's going to be fighting for. I think he's going to be the ones that's going to be in the Heisman running and defense, everything. I just like Florida State. I know Florida State's got some tough games in Clemson. I believe Clemson, and then they play LSU. Do they play Notre Dame as well? I believe. But I know they got some tough games. But if they can get through them first few games, I'm pretty sure their schedule's not as bad towards the end. So if they can, if they lose the first game against LSU and win out, I think that's a big shot. They could still make the playoff if they look well. So we'll see, depending on what everybody else can do. But Josh, any bold prediction on the year?
Yes. Georgia drops 2 games and still makes it to the conference championship.
I was going to say Georgia drops 1, but 2 games and still makes the conference championship. Okay. Well, I mean, yeah.
And can potentially be a 2-loss playoff team.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that. I mean, I can see it. I can see Georgia dropping. I could definitely see that. Preston, any bold prediction on the year?
Yeah, no SEC school makes the playoffs this year. Bold, I know it is, but there's a lot of good teams out there that could sneak in with some softer schedules and could get in there 11-1, 12-1. We'll see, man.
As much as I was, SEC fans, I did look at that, but I was like, there's no possible way not one team from the SEC can make it. I mean, there's a possible way, but I just don't see it.
USC could run the table. You could have a 13-0 Clemson or 13-0 Florida State, 12-1, or 11-1 at that point. You got Michigan, Ohio State. I mean, there's a lot of good schools out there. You got 2 Big Ten schools last year. A couple of SEC schools in the year before. I mean, there's some opportunities out there for, a couple of these schools around the conferences to, kind of have some really good years and capitalize on some softer schedules.
Yeah, I had another bold prediction. I had another bold prediction. Josh was talking about the East. I'm not liking Tennessee as much after looking at everything. I don't know, something about Tennessee. I almost said I was going to have Tennessee as my team to finish outside the top 25, but I couldn't do it. So I left Tennessee in it. But another bold prediction, I'll throw mine out here. I got it's not really bold. Bryson said this one. I don't know if it's going to happen. It's going to be tough. I know I mentioned Jordan Travis, but Brock Bowers becoming the first tight end to win the Heisman since 1949, I believe. I mean, it's bold. I don't know if it can happen with the new quarterback and whatnot, but definitely, I mean, the dude's going to the NFL next year. He wants to have a big year. I mean, say if he comes out and wins the Heisman this year, I mean, he could be – I mean, has a tight end ever went number one? I know it's not going to happen with a quarterback, but has a tight end ever went number 1 or 2? I don't know if that's ever happened. So, it's a big thing, but just one I'm throwing out there. Bryson, any other bold predictions?
Yeah, that's really about the only bold prediction out. Preston, you said earlier, FSU's going 13-0, so that means they're beating Clemson.
Well, if they go 13-0, that means they've beaten us twice. More than likely, that is if Clemson turns out to be any decent, because we played them in the regular season, and then there's no divisions in the ACC anymore, so you would have to play the second best school in the ACC, which could be an 11-1 Clemson. If they win both of those games, they're 13-0. They're in the playoffs for sure. But they'd also have beaten Florida, or they'd also have beaten LSU if they play Notre Dame, North Carolina, schools of that nature. So I mean, at that point, they'd definitely be a top 4 school. But if they're 13-0, yeah, they've beaten us twice.
Josh,
that's gonna be hard for them.
Anything else? Do you have any other bold prediction? I don't have. I mean, I can't. Like I said, it was hard for me.
Here's a bold prediction, and I know you keep up with Alabama and Nick Saban too much, but here's a real bold prediction. Nick Saban comes out with a depth chart tomorrow.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. I mean, what's up with Nick Saban not naming? I know it causes drama or something in the locker room, not naming the starters. I think this is the first time he's done it in 17 years. They
know who's starting. They no way those players don't know.
Why trying to make it?
So he's doing that. I mean, it was Tim Brando called him a bully, for not putting out the depth chart. But no coaches like depth charts. I mean, no coaches like to put out the depth charts. They do it as a favor to the media. And the people that are calling the football game about 4 hours before kickoff, they'll get the information. They'll get, the roster and the depth chart and whatever they need. But I don't know why I didn't put out a depth chart. I like to look at a depth chart, but I follow the team. I know, the 2 deep pretty much on the offense and defensive side. And Jalen Milroe will roll out as quarterback number 1 Saturday. And then, if we get a big enough lead, you'll see other quarterbacks come in. If we don't get a big enough lead, you'll see other quarterbacks come in. So, it's going to be like an audition Saturday for a couple of the quarterbacks to see who's going to roll out as a starter against Texas in week 2.
Yeah. I had last one. I don't know if anybody else had another one, but I almost instead of Florida State, I almost looking at their schedule, and Bryce's gonna hate me for this. I almost said Texas was gonna make the playoff. I'd like Texas. I don't know, or I was gonna say Texas beat Alabama, but I couldn't do it just because it was a close game last year. They're playing Alabama. I just don't think I don't know if they can win that game. I'm scared of them. We'll see in week 2 if I pick Texas. But I got what Bryson said earlier. I'll stick with it. I'll stick with my guns. I got USC wins the national championship. I don't know if it's going to happen, like you said, defense, but I'm picking it. The quarterback wins. It's quarterback.
Caleb Williams.
Driven sport. That's what I was going to say. I know the quarterback. I know the defense improved. They got a lot of transfers, but I didn't like really what I saw totally the other night. But we'll see. But I said it last week. I'll stick with that bold prediction. Anything else before we move on?
If Deion Sanders doesn't win 6 games, you think he's going to get the boot?
No. They won 1 game last year.
They'll win 3 games this year.
If they won 0, I think if they won 0 games, I don't know if he'd get the boot. It's Deion Sanders. They ain't booting that man. There's only 1 boot. I know. Never mind.
Wow. All right.
Anyway, let's keep it going. Rant of the week before we get into the games. Anybody got a rant of the week? Anybody?
You know what? You didn't. Well, I was going to say it, but I'll say it.
You can keep it somewhat PG.
I'll keep it somewhat kid friendly here. Go play golf Sunday. Like I said, we go to Aiken Country Club. There's a par 4, drivable par 4. I think it's like probably 300. We drive it up. We're playing scramble, so we drive it up to the fringe. Guys on the tee box behind us hits it right. Ball skins the back of my head. Does it yell 4? Does it yell watch out? We're like, okay. I was like, it's a drivable par 4. We can see it happening. But they didn't say that. We go to the next hole. They hit up on us again. Like we were on the green, they hit up on us. This safe to say, me and my shout out my boy Pat. He gave that man a couple words to swallow, and we were mad. I couldn't enjoy the. Granted, there's only 4 holes left. I couldn't enjoy that round of golf. I was pretty pissed.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. There it is. There he is. There he is. Graham says cap. I love it. Yeah.
My boy Graham.
Your boy's not even sticking up for you.
Yeah, I know. He don't like me anyway. So
it was a true story. They did hit up on it, and he did. I will say it was a fact. We were behind them when they hit the second ball, and we were. It's funny, but it's not funny because we got our ass kicked in the scramble though. We were 4 against 4, and I played the worst round of golf I ever played in my life. If you want to say that, I probably won't play golf through the football season. So,
did you use that driver I gave you?
Dude, I've been using that thing, and ain't no driver. Dude, the only driver I need. Y'all seen the one where it shoots? Where
it's automatic.
Yes.
Rick Shields?
Dude, I will spend if that thing was affordable, dude, I'd go out there and that's what I'd play with. I'd try to shoot par. I bet you if I had that thing, I couldn't shoot par.
No, you can't, because all it does is drive for you. It don't chip and putt.
Chip and putt, I can do that. I'm okay at that.
Well, it ain't gonna get you 140 yards out. It ain't gonna get you in.
That's a shame, Graham. You got to stand your ground, man. You got to stand your ground. You can't.
He hates that happened to you.
I hate that it happened to you. All right. Anybody else got a rant? We're gonna get into the games. All right. Josh, you have a good night. We'll keep it going.
Josh said
I'm
he's
coming
tired
back.
of the podcast, and he's going on to the next.
I got y'all in my ear.
Yeah, you always.
We're good.
We're gonna do the pickup games, like I said. You can rewatch this on Facebook and YouTube, and then we'll do our lock of the week. But let's go to the first game. Starting out, he's going to do it first. Got Thursday night. It's 5. By the way, this is how we do this. 5 games. We're doing 5 games this week. I don't know if we'll do 5 games every week. 5 games. We're all going to have a record at the end of the year. Who won the championship last year? Anybody know? I know Josh won the first year. Josh, did you win again, or Preston won?
Preston won.
It was no. It wasn't me. I'm pointing out to
Josh, me, y'all tied last year, I believe.
No, but you won it last year?
No, I came second behind Josh.
I never won, so I was pointing up to Josh. Wherever he is.
We'll have to check the tape. We'll have to check the tape.
There you are, Preston.
Yeah, he's there.
Coach Hayes wants to know if y'all fought.
No, we didn't fight him. We kept it civil. We said some words. That's about it.
Yes.
They must have been some big corn-fed eating boys.
No, we just didn't want to go to jail that day.
Yeah. Anyway, let's keep it going. Get into the games. Like I said, it's going to do 5 games, and we're going to have a record like we usually do. Thursday night, 8 o'clock, August 31st. That's a couple of days. I don't know why I put that. Florida at number 14, Utah. Utah is favored by 6.5. We are doing spreads. So Utah, what we had
that makes it
today,
so much more difficult.
Yeah, we're making it difficult. It's college football, though. We've always done spreads. You can't just do a straight up pick 'em and have Georgia playing Georgia Southern. I mean, come on now. Anyway, let's keep it going. Utah, Florida, Bryson, what you got? Who you picking? It's at Utah. Utah's favored by 6.5.
It's the Urban Meyer Bowl is what they call it. I gotta go with my boys. I'm going with Florida here. 6.5. This be a big win for Billy, big momentum boost for us. Is Cameron Rising still healthy? I know he hurt his ankles.
He's projected to play, I think, right now.
He got hurt last year. Another thing is Mertz our quarterback. I mean, I know he's starting, but I
Ready
just
today, yeah, he's going to play. He's going to start. So
I know he's starting. I just say, is he our guy though?
Yeah.
We still got Jack Miller in the backfield, which he played against the Oregon State, and he looked god awful. So I mean, we don't have a true quarterback at the moment, but I'm going with my boys. We got a strong run game. I like Trevor Etienne, receiver quarter fast. Our secondary is fast. I like our defense. It's just our quarterback. It's going to be the only thing I worry about this season for us. But I got Florida in this.
All right, right. Somebody got to write down these picks.
I got it.
All right, Josh has got it. All right, yeah, he's here. He's writing them down. Shout out to Josh. I forgot. Yeah.
Hey, can you move your hand for me for a second? I can see that.
He's making commitments here.
Graham says Mormons by 100.
All right. Yeah. Right. That's what Graham says. All right. Keep it going here. Josh, who do you have for Utah and Florida? 6.5.
So yeah, I've been listening to the talking heads a little bit, been doing a little research, and I know that Florida opened up as a 4.5 point underdog in the beginning of the month. That line has reached 6.5. That lets me know that Cam Rising will be starting. Kyle Whittingham did put out a depth chart, and he has Cam Rising as QB1, and for that reason, I think they beat Florida by a touchdown. So I'm going to go with the Utes.
All right, he's going with the Utes potato chips.
Utes potato chips.
Shout out to
Utes.
Utes. Preston, who you got?
I think this is also going to be a very highly competitive game. I think Florida's definitely got a lot more fight in them than a lot of people think they do. I don't think they're going to be a 6-6 team. I do think they're going to be fighting for possibly 8-4, maybe even 9-3. I think they've got an exceptional lineup. They got a very, very talented roster. I don't care what everybody tells you. I mean, they're definitely recruiting at a very high level as well. They're just playing in a tougher conference, compared to most other ones. With that being said, I do think this is going to be a highly competitive game for 3.5 quarters. I do think the veteran leadership of Cam Rising is going to put them past Florida, and they're going to cover the 6.5 point spread. I think they probably win by closer to 9, if not 10 plus points.
So hold on, my bad. You took who now?
I took Utah.
Okay. He gave you a lot of credit though. I thought you wrote him a check or something for a minute. I mean, he's
that means I got to talk good about Clemson now, man. Damn it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm with Josh. Rising's projected to play for Utah. Like Utah's team, Florida's got the running game, but I believe Utah is pretty good against the run. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong about that, but I'm taking Utah at home. I got the final score. I'll put my final score down. I put 34-13. Sorry, Bryson. Utah. I think Utah is going to beat them down on Thursday night. So, all right, let's keep it going. Next game we got Saturday games, 12 p.m. Colorado. Deion Sanders in Colorado at number 17 TCU. TCU favored by 21.5. Josh said a minute ago, Colorado's going to win 3 games this year. Which that's not. They only won 1 last year. Josh, who you got in this one?
Well, this ain't going to be one of the games that Colorado wins. TCU coming off that embarrassing beatdown.
It wasn't that bad. They kept it before triple digits. It wasn't that bad.
I mean, that was just a horrible showing, man. They've got to come out and show something. Deion Sanders and his team, and he got a lot from the transfer portal. How good are they going to gel? Is TCU gonna pull away in the fourth quarter where depth becomes an issue for Colorado? But I'm gonna go out on a limb and I'm gonna pick Colorado to cover the points here. Maybe they lose by 3 touchdowns and not 3 touchdowns and a point.
Yeah, this was this is a very, very tough game to me. I wrote TCU one time. I wrote Colorado another time. Colorado obviously don't have a lot on their team from last year, but they do have, I think, some pieces on the offensive line that's the same and probably going to get rid of. And TCU, I think, TCU is projected to be still pretty good this year. I know Max Duggan just got released in the NFL. If y'all didn't see that, he got released by Chargers, 3rd string. Sorry, Max Duggan. But yeah, I'm taking. It's going to be. This is close spread for me. I ended up going with Colorado. I know TCU's going to should be upset after that beatdown, but I'm taking Colorado. I got TCU winning this game 31-14. Preston, who you got?
Yeah, I mean, I thought I was going to be by myself on this one, to be completely honest. I'm not. I am also going to take Colorado plus the points on this one. TCU, they're at home, first game of the season, but they've got a new offensive coordinator. They've got a new quarterback. I mean, they're definitely loaded. I wouldn't say loaded. Let me change my words. They're definitely full of competent players that are very, talented and can get the job done. And I think that Colorado is going to catch him at the right time. Now, I do not think this game is going to be close, but I think they'll probably lose by 18. I think it's a lot to ask for 21 and a half points this early in the season.
Bryson.
Yeah, I'm taking Colorado here as well.
God, everybody took Colorado. Dang. I should have took TCU. Sorry.
That's a lot of points. Chandler Morse, should start quarterback for TCU this year. Yeah, that's a lot of big shoes for to fill for Max Duggan. And TCU also losing Kendra Miller, the running back. He had like 1,200 yards for him last year. And the bad thing I was looking at Colorado's roster.
And sorry, he's on the Saints now. Sorry, I apologize.
Most of Colorado wide receivers has transferred. I know, Dion brought a lot in for transfer portal, but, a lot of receivers transfer from Colorado, but I'd like Preston to say I can see it, 18 points.
Which everybody had the same thought as I did. I didn't think a lot of people was taking Colorado, but, they're probably going to lose like 51-0 now. But, all right, let's keep it going here. Next game, we got South Carolina, North Carolina in Charlotte. We got North Carolina favored by 2.5. 7:30 game. Ought to be a high-scoring game. Bryson, we'll start out with you. Who you got?
It's a tough one, but I'm going with my boys at SEC. Got to go Carolina here. South Carolina. Drake May, God, he's a great quarterback, man. Carolina doesn't really have a lot of, run game. Now, the Marshawn Lloyd, he going to USC. I know Carolina's defensive line, they lost a good bit of players, but I think Spitzer wants it bad this year. I really do,
Don't matter how bad
coming off a lot of
Sorry, go ahead.
Coming off a couple of clutch wins at the end of the season last year, beating Tennessee. I really like Carolina in this game, and I think Spitzer's going to show out.
You need to tell your buddy over there, pump the brakes just a tad. Just pump the brakes just a tad. Okay?
Now, I don't see 7-0.
They might put up 70 against that North Carolina defense.
I mean, Carolina's never known to have no defense. Yeah. What you look at last year, the App State and North Carolina game.
I didn't fully look at the over/under, but I would take the over.
But give me Carolina, Spurs up, baby.
I would definitely take the over in this game. I'm gonna agree with Bryson. I'll go ahead and go. I'm gonna agree with Bryson. I'm gonna take South Carolina. I don't know why I wrote down take the over. I don't know what the over and under is, but I never liked the North Carolina defense. Not sure what upgrades I've made. This was a tough one for me, but I like the quarterback at North Carolina. They're ranked 21, but I just don't see it. I see it being a shootout, and I'm going to take South Carolina in the shootout, plus 2.5. Plus 2.5. Josh.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Spencer Rattler and South Carolina and Beamer ball. I think they're gonna win this game outright.
Preston.
I really hate to do it to you guys, but I'm also going to be riding with South Carolina on this one. I think this is going to be a very good game, actually. There's a reason I think ESPN chose this game for the very first game of the week. I think it's going to be a border battle, obviously. I mean, I think both of these offenses have the opportunity to put points up on a lesser defense, probably an average college football defense to both of these teams. I am worried about North Carolina's offensive line. I do think that there's some potential holes that can, open up for South Carolina defensive linemen to kind of, fill those gaps pretty fast. I think both of these teams are going to, be kind of filling out, momentum towards the end of the season. I mean, one of them beat the crap out of, a couple teams towards the end of the season, and one of them got the crap beaten out of them towards the end of the season. So they're both trying to start off on a good foot.
Dude, I don't know what.
Locke says Carolina ranked #1 by end of the season easy, especially running over GA early.
This dude, hey, you know what it is? You know what it is? That hurricane's coming, and he must be off work tomorrow. He must be turning up at the house. That's what's going on. That's what's going on right there. That's what.
I'll tell you, Locke, they're gonna win the East.
Yeah. He works for me, right?
Yeah, he did. Well, he worked for me.
Bryson's not coming in tomorrow. There's a hurricane. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, let's keep it going. Let's go to the next game, fourth game here. Monday, September 4th. I know it's a Monday game. We're going to go back to Sunday in a second. Clemson at Duke. Clemson favored by 12.5. We already had a bold prediction on Facebook by Mr. Ryan Newsom. My cousin Ryan Newsom, he has Duke. That's his upset of the week. Duke beating Clemson outright. I don't know if that's going to happen, but Preston, go ahead and give us your thoughts on Clemson and Duke.
Yeah, I'm going to roll with my boys on this one. I'm going to take Clemson minus 12.5. I don't think that's going to question on it. I understand that it's early on in the season. It's at Duke. Duke's played Clemson's pretty tough a couple of times. I mean, the last game that I actually attended in person was Duke at Clemson, and Duke kept it close for the large part of that game until that fourth quarter happened when just the talent kind of started continuing on. I mean, it's tough to play 4 quarters of football at a high level, and I think if Clemson's going to be anything this season, they need to be able to put 4 quarters together. And I think this is the perfect time to do it versus a Duke team that I think they should line up and have the advantage at every single position. So if you're going to start the season off on a good foot here and you're going to be competitive throughout the season and make those big games to be victories, you're going to have to start off right here. And I'm gonna roll with them. I'm gonna take Clemson minus 12.5.
Monday game. It's exciting. It's going to be an exciting Monday game. Josh, who you got in this one? 12.5. Clemson favored by 12.5. Who you got?
Yeah, man, I'm going to go with Clemson to cover this spread, and I think they cover it easily. I think they want to come out and make an impression on the college football world. They've been kind of quiet the past couple of years. So I think Dabo Swinney's going to have his crew fired up, ready to go. And, second year under the new defensive coordinator. So I think they have a good defense showing. And I think they beat Duke by 3 scores.
3 scores. This was a close one for me. Like I said, I like Clemson. I like quarterbacks projected to be good. They got that new offensive coordinator.
Because you said I like Clemson. I like
I'm saying I like Clemson's team this year. But it's the first game, new offensive coordinator. They got the running back still.
Shipley.
Some changes. Yeah, Shipley. I know Shipley. But if I'm not mistaken, I think Duke's their strong part is their defense a little bit. Maybe I could be wrong about that. Defensive line. Yeah, I could be wrong about that, but I don't know. Clemson's going to win this game. I think Clemson's going to win this game. I got Duke covering 20. I got Clemson winning 28-17. I don't think this is going to be super high scoring. I think.
So you're taking Duke with the points?
Yes, I'm taking Duke with the points. Yes, Duke plus 12.5. Yes. Bryson, who you got?
Man, really tough game. It's 7:30 on a Monday night. Riley Leonard. That's Duke's quarterback. Passed for 3,000 yards, had 700 rushing yards last year. Great mobile quarterback. Duke's defensive line. They got a couple guys returning, Brandon Johnson and Tyrone Young. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm not riding high on Cade this year. He didn't really impress me that much at the end of the season.
How did he not impress you at the end of the season? He played great.
I'm just not a fan.
I'm gonna stick up for you, Preston. Preston, did he not play great at the end of the season last year?
I mean, he played okay. He didn't have any offensive line in the Tennessee game, so he's pretty much running for his life.
But didn't the first game he came in, and didn't he play really good?
Oh, he kicked the shit out of North Carolina.
Okay, sorry, I don't mean.
But I'm gonna take Duke in this. I think Clemson wins the game, but I think it's gonna be a little bit closer. I think about 10 points is the game. But Clemson does win the game, but I think Duke makes it a bit closer.
So
Braves game.
Me and Bryson. You and Preston's got Clemson. Me and Bryson's got Duke.
Well, and I'll just say this one last thing. I don't think you guys saw it or not, but there was a post on social media. I think it was about 2 weeks ago. there's a plethora of fights, competition style fights breaking out at Clemson practices, and I'm really love to hear that. I mean, these aren't guys that are just fighting because they don't like each other. They're fighting because they're just competitive, and they're starting to do that. And the last time that really was the case was 2018. They had a high level of aggression, and they were getting after it in practice, and that was obviously the last year that we were considered great. But I think this team's going to be very, very competitive. It just seemed like they were lackluster the last couple of years, and it didn't seem like they were really really fighting as hard as they had in the last couple of years. It's almost seemed like they were complacent with a couple championships and everything that they had achieved in previous years. But hopefully Dabo lights a fire under them this year and just gets them starting out on a good foot.
Could be a bad thing too. Could be fighting because somebody's not doing their job. But we'll see. We'll see there. Let's go to the game of the week. I think there might be a couple games on Sunday, but I'm excited. It's Sunday, right? Yeah, Sunday 7:30. Exciting game, biggest ranked matchup we'll have in week 1. We got LSU. All the hypes around LSU and the quarterback and the whole team at number 8 Florida State, number 5 LSU, number 8 Florida State. LSU favored by 2.5. Josh, who you got in this one?
Yeah, man, I'm going to go with the Bayou Bengals of LSU. I think Jaden Daniels is a good quarterback, and what they got that wide receiver. What's his name? Is it Malik Neighbors? I think that's his name. He's that's going to be a good combination that they got, and of course their defense. Even if that defensive guy is not playing, he's been suspended by the NCAA over some bullshit, if you ask me. But I think the defense is going to be too much for Florida State. So I'm going to go with LSU to cover the spread here and beat Florida State.
Yeah, and this is our game of the week. We do a game of the week every week. This is our game of the week if I didn't say that. So this is the final game. I mentioned I like Florida State earlier. I'm taking Florida State to plus 2.5. I'm taking them outright to win this game. I know LSU is going to be good, but all the hype's on LSU. Florida State still got a good offense. I think they brought the running back. They got the one of the most talented receivers in the NFL in college football, and a very talented quarterback, mobile quarterback. So I'm taking Florida State, and it's going to be a night game. They're playing at Florida State, correct? So that crowd's going to be loud. It's going to be in it. I think it was a 1-point game last year, right? Florida State won.
They won. I don't know what the score was.
I think it was 24-23. I don't know. It was something like that. But, it's going to be interesting. But I'm going to take Florida State again to win this game outright. Bryson, who you got?
I'm going to take LSU in this game. Battle of the quarterbacks, and I got another bold prediction, late bold prediction. If Jaden Daniels goes down, they are not going to be hurting that quarterback position. They got Garrett. I might mess his last name up.
Nussmeier.
Nussmeier. So Daniels is starting, correct?
Yeah.
I like the other kid better.
Now, if Jaden goes down any time of the season, if you're an LSU fan, no need to worry about the backup quarterback position. I like this kid. Give it about maybe I think he's a sophomore right now. Give him about 2 years. He's going to be nasty.
Yeah, I've heard this kid did he not play some in one of the games?
Yeah, he
was really, really good or something
against Georgia.
Yeah,
he was slinging the rock against y'all.
That's what it was.
He's telling you, he's going to be good. Let him get some time underneath the belt. He's going to be nasty.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard some big things about that kid, and I saw him in the.
His dad has been a coach and offensive coordinator in college football for years.
Yeah. Preston, who you got? LSU or Florida State? 2.5 in favor of LSU.
Well, if I think one of these teams is going to be as good as they are towards the end of the year, I'm going to have to stick with them in week 1. I think Florida State at home is going to win the game outright. I think they're obviously going to cover. I'm gonna roll with Florida State plus the 2.5. I think they're going to get the job done. They're immensely talented. I think Mike Norvell has got that program finally back to where they really should be. One of the most historic. I wouldn't say one of the most historic, but they're definitely top 15 programs in college football history. I think they're going to get the job done on Saturday night. I'm definitely going to be putting my big old butt on that couch right there with a plate of chicken wings. I'll be watching that game, and I'll be pulling for my ACC. Excuse me. I'll be pulling for one of my ACC. I guess brothers.
Are you gonna chant? Are you gonna start the ACC chant?
Oh,
No, the
I gotta
ACC chant.
do the Nova.
ACC, ACC.
No, I definitely won't be doing that, but I will be going to the Clemson Florida State game. So if I want that to be the game of the week, I need Florida State to be undefeated. So they need to win this game.
It ain't going to be ACC pretty soon. I don't know what they're going to be chanting.
SEC.
Yeah,
SEC.
I don't know what Preston's going to be chanting.
No, we're going to be like this, Big Ten, because they're the only
Yeah.
ones that can afford to buy us out of the ACC contracts.
Yeah. All right. That was the last game, but before we go, let's do our locks of the week. I didn't write it on there if anybody's got a lock, but I'll go ahead and I'll start off. You can do any game here, so we always do a lock of the week. We'll put it in a parlay. We're going to put it in a parlay and see how it goes this year. We tried to do that last year more. We are going to do it this year. We're going to put it in a parlay, maybe $5 or something, $10, and see what happens. But lock of the week, I'm going to go. We got Utah State playing Iowa.
Oh, man.
Utah State playing Iowa. It's not the pick. Not a very high over-under. I believe I saw it was 45. Utah State's defense, I read Utah State's defense is pretty good. Iowa, obviously known to have this explosive offense, scoring
5 points.
Yeah, 5 points a game. 45 points, you kidding me? This game's scoring 45 points. I don't care how low it is. Utah State's offense is also not that good, but like I said, the defense is not as bad. I'm taking the under 45. I'm taking under 45. That's my lock of the week. Lock of the week. Utah State versus Iowa, under 45. Give me that.
I think me and Preston had the same idea. We both kind of reacted the same.
Go ahead, Bryce.
I mean, I'm gonna choose a different. Go to Josh. I'm gonna choose a different.
You
one.
had the same as me.
Yeah, that was going to be.
Oh, okay. Dang.
I was gonna take Utah State with the points that they weren't going to get beat by 25.
Well, you can do that. Is that what you want? You can do that.
I want to take it.
That's right. That's what I was going to do. Not over. I was going to take Utah.
Yeah, I thought about that, but I saw the over under, and so you're taking Utah State. What was the
plus 25?
Plus 25. Somebody write that down if you can, Bryson, or write all these down because we're gonna put them in a parlay.
That's such a funky.
Yeah, y'all write those down so
yours was
don't mess up my paper.
It was the under in that game.
Under
in that game.
Iowa.
And then we're taking Utah State with the points.
Utah.
I don't know if we could take both games. That's the only thing. So we may, if you have another pick in a second press, and actually we may need another pick for the parlay because I don't think we can do both in the same.
You're
same.
probably right.
Josh, who you got?
All right, I can't look. I can't look anything up right now because I'm on my phone with the video here. What is the over under for Tennessee, Virginia?
I have no idea, but
it is
if Preston's
56.
56. Let's go with the over.
Is Virginia supposed to have explosive offense or anything? Do you know anything?
But Tennessee is, and they will not. They will not put a foot off the gas, and they will not put in any backups. He will run the score up. So if they win 63-0, I'm taking the over in that. And I mean, Tennessee's defense is not that great. They're not going to be that great. So Virginia will put up some points. So, Tennessee scores 45 and Virginia scores 20.
I don't blame you. Bryson, did you have your pick? I mean, y'all could go with the same thing, but we'll just have to change up the parlay.
My original one was going to go Utah with the points, but give me Buffalo with the points against Wisconsin, 28.
Who the hell is Buffalo, dude?
I'm hearing big things about Wisconsin too. They were actually almost one of my bold predictions. I know you said Georgia Southern's going to beat them.
I also wanted to say something about Jacksonville State. Jacksonville State, their first game as a FBS school, they beat UTEP, and UTEP was a pretty decent school last year. And Jacksonville State's now in the conference with
Georgia Southern or stuff like that.
Yeah, Georgia Southern and.
So do you think Dion left him in a good spot, or do you think they
not Jackson, not Jackson.
Jacksonville's in Alabama. That's the Gamecocks.
Jacksonville State, they beat UTEP,
I know what
which
you're talking about now.
I think UTEP was favored to win, but yeah, I got that I'm gonna pull a Bryson here and start pulling for Jacksonville State.
Gotcha. Anything else, Preston? Did you have another one for the parlay?
Yeah, I got one.
I'd
like to take Indiana plus 30.5 at home versus Ohio State.
I like that one too.
I think that's just so many points at home early on in the season. I think that's going to be kind of tough for somebody to cover that many points.
Yeah, I'm worried about it. I'm not as worried about that one as Buffalo, but
has Ohio State named a starting quarterback yet?
We'll see.
Yeah, I forgot they did. What was the guy's name? I thought I saw he was going to start this week. I can't remember off the top of my head. I know they named it. I thought they did, but I could be wrong.
Kyle McCord.
Yes, I believe that. I believe they named him the starter. Yes.
All right, so here we go. If Ohio State loses to Michigan this year, Ryan Day is out the door.
I agree. You can't lose 3 in a row. You cannot lose 3 in a row, especially at Ohio State. If you're in Michigan, I'm not trying to throw any shade, but they definitely, over the last 10, 15 years, they've caught their,
I think Michigan's going to beat them again.
I think it's very true. I think that's very, very honest.
I think that Blake Corum for Michigan's going to be the leading rusher in all of college football.
Too.
I'm looking at another game right here. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Boise State at Washington. Washington only favored 14.5. Is Boise State supposed to be something right high this year?
I know Washington's a lot of people's liking Washington because of and they're ranked number 10. I forgot, but I know a lot of people's liking Washington this year. Don't they have a good? Doesn't Washington?
Oh yeah, they got Penix. Penix
Jr.
Yeah,
from UCLA.
Yeah, he's a dark horse for the Heisman.
Yeah, I've heard some good.
I don't like that line. I think that's going to be over on that.
Would you rather take that than Buffalo?
I don't know nothing about Buffalo.
I don't know nothing about Buffalo. Write that one down. We're putting that one in the parlay. Screw your Buffalo. Do you feel more confident about Buffalo?
Give me Washington State over.
Washington State?
I'm sorry, Washington. Sorry. Washington State over Boise State, 14.5. There's no way.
So minus 14 for Washington.
Yes.
Okay, yes. Well, thank God.
Not talking nothing about Buffalo unless Josh Allen's the quarterback.
Pick Buffalo. Thank God. I think that Buffalo was a panic pick. All right. You about to say something? Okay. All right. Well, that's good week 1. I'm excited. Everybody's excited for Thursday night, Saturday especially. We got our fantasy football draft Saturday, and we're going to be watching football. Georgia plays.
Oh, that reminds me. Do you think that I could FaceTime
during the draft?
Yeah,
you can. I mean,
I'll
bring my computer.
Do you not have an iPhone?
Yeah, but I'm saying I'll draft on my computer if you're going to FaceTime me, I guess. That'll work.
I mean, I don't know what's going to be easier because I'm going to be watching the Alabama game. I don't know. I guess I could be on the app.
Yeah, however you want to do it. We'll figure it out.
All right.
We'll figure it out. But, hope everybody has a good week of college football. We're going to do the NFL show next week as well. We'll be back next Monday or Tuesday night. Appreciate you watching. Make sure you like, subscribe on YouTube and Apple Podcasts. Shout out to Forrest and Spotify. Download.
I was going to say this. I was going to go over the parlay card one more time for our picks. So we're taking under Iowa game, under points. We take a Utah State with the points, Tennessee, Virginia over points, Indiana with the points, and Washington with the points.
Gotcha.
Coach Hayes, shout out to you. Shout out to Graham. Shout out to Locke. Listen, if you're in the area, Moody's Tire Service is the best tire service in the area. Check them out. Thank y'all for watching. Like, subscribe.
If you're on Facebook, make sure you go check out the YouTube channel and like, subscribe. Appreciate it. Peace.